Hello everyone. Today I'll talk about nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy HNMR only. And my earlier videos I explained you the one HNMR is HNMR part 1. So you can see the my earlier video. But right now I'll talk about again HNMR. Why? Because it's going to be a different example. Most of the time students make a mistake. They don't know how to figure out the environment. And the first important things is HNMR cases. You have to figure out your environment first. If you don't know how to find out the environment, you will not make a mistake in your life. So environment is the very important things. Environment, that how many different environment. And environment is why is it important and why it's not a difficult things, because environment is what, like I say this is a neighborhood. How many different neighborhood? For example, if you live in New York, Manhattan city, there is so many different neighborhood. Little Italy, Chinatown, West Village, East Village, Upper West Side, Lower West Side. Those is your different neighborhood. So different neighborhood means what? Every neighborhood really different from others. For example, if you go to Chinatown, is really different from Upper West Side. It's totally different. So environment is like that. What is environment? Like how many different things or how many different neighborhood, how many different things is in there. That's it. So I'll show you one example. You can tell me how many different environment today. Okay, so for example, if you have been given this one, how many different environment is in there? Okay, so we are talking about the HNMR, that means hydrogen we have to deal with. So look right now. In these cases, you can draw your hydrogen, then you will not make a mistake. And this is your chlorine. Right now think about it. For example, you are thinking at the beginning, you might thinking that this is your one environment, this is one environment, this is one environment. This is totally wrong. Why this is wrong? Because look right now, this hydrogen and this carbon hydrogen and this carbon hydrogen is the same thing. Is the what? Same thing. So that's why there is only one environment. This is not your environment, this is not your environment. Only if you count this one, this is your environment. If you count this one, that's two is not an environment. Because why? This is the same thing. Think like they are brothers, so you do not count your brother. This is your same neighborhood, same, like for example, you and your friend live in the same neighborhood. Your answer is going to be the same. If somebody asks you where you live, you're going to be for example, if you live in Battery Park City in Manhattan, you're going to be say, oh, I live in Battery Park City. Your friend is going to be say the same answer is Battery Park City. But your friend is live in Upper West Side or Upper East Side. Your friend is going to be say, oh, I live in Upper East Side, and you will say, you're going to be say that I live in Battery Park City. Why? Because there is a two different neighborhood. I say. And in these cases it's environment, two different environment, that's why. But in this particular cases there is only one environment. Because why? Because this is the same thing. So that's why you can, if you count, this is your environment, that means this two is your not neighborhood. Because why? Because this is symmetrical, it's the same thing. So that's why this is your not a in different environment. How many environment is in there? Only one environment in here. One environment. So one environment, you find out your environment first, and this is symmetrical, the same thing, this one and this one. So that's why we are not counting the other hydrogen. Why? Because the same thing. So let's talk about the multiplicity right now. This is the environment. This environment, you want to figure out the multiplicity. So multiplicity, how you can figure out multiplicity? Multiplicity is really simple. How? Because in my earlier videos I told you that think this one is you, this carbon is your father or mother, parents. Your or you can say parents, whatever is good for you, parents. Your parents has a how many brother and sister? How many brothers and sisters? That means your uncle, and you will basically count your uncle's son and daughter, son or daughter, whatever. Your uncle children you will count. Your uncle children means what? Your cousin. So you will basically count your cousin. How? You have to follow my technique. This is you. This is your parents, means your father or mother, whatever. Your father has a how many brother? Your father has a two. How many brother? Only one brother. Why? Because this carbon is connected with only how many carbon? Only one carbon, and this carbon has no hydrogen. That means this uncle, your uncle has no son or daughter, no children. That's why this is 0, and your formula is a 1. That's why this is multiplicity is what? 1. Multiplicity formula is how many hydrogen in the adjacent carbon plus 1. So the number of hydrogen in the adjacent carbon plus 1. So the 0 plus 1 is equal to what? 1. This is your multiplicity. Right now you find out your multiplicity. What? You find out your multiplicity is equal 1. This is your environment. When one environment, then multiplicity is 1. Right now you have to do it what? You have to do the spectrum. You have to draw the picture of spectrum. How? Okay. Go to your what? Your chart. Your chart has, for example, look right now. This one, this one, this one. How can you figure out which one is going to be your delta value? This one. 1 second. Alkyl chloride. You see, this is your alkyl chloride, and this delta value is 3.1. 3.1 to 4.1. 3.1 to delta value is 3.1 to 4.1. 3.1 to 4.1. That means and only how many peak? Only 1. This is your 0, and you have to give what? Oh, this is not going to be this one. 1 second. No, this is this. Sorry. This is not your delta value. Is going to be your delta value is going to be yes. From this one, you can give delta value is like basically alkane group delta value, because why? This is connected to this carbon, and you give this one is 1.8. It's basically 0.9 to 1.8, but there is a chlorine in there, because chlorine has a little bit higher electronegativity, so that's why you can give the 1.8 is the delta value. So give, this is your 1, this is your 2, and this is 1.8 is in there. How many at the beginning you have this one? Is 0 peak, 0, 0, 1 is a very small peak. Go to the 1.8, and 1.8 has a how many multiplicity? So we find out our multiplicity how? From the chart we find out our we find out what we find out. We find out our how many peak what delta value. So delta value we find out basically 0.9 to 1.8. This is approximate, so you can guess that there is a chlorine also present in there. It has a little bit higher electronegativity. That's why I think this is 1.8, and 1.8 means there is a how many multiplicity? 1. 1 multiplicity means 1 peak. So you can write 1 peak. That's it. This is your spectrum. So I hope you understand my concept about HNMR. And this is same kind of symmetrical environment. That's why you can count as a 1. Okay. So I hope you guys like my videos. If you like it, don't forget to share with your friend and don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for watching my videos. Hopefully see you in my next video.